That's their new nickname, Teak. The New York Contingencies. You know why? They got more contingencies than any team in New York right now. If Judge stays healthy, if Stanton stays healthy, if Donaldson stays healthy, if Rizzo isn't washed, if they get production from catcher, if Hicks stays healthy, if DJ bounces back, if Gallo doesn't hit $195. I mean, that is a lot of things, man, that we are hoping go right for the New York Contingencies.
Well, we knew this was going to happen. Rizzo was going to be at least I thought this was going to be the path that they took, especially after Freddie Freeman started heading towards Los Angeles or really Atlanta. It's really just now Los Angeles.
No, the Red Sox
or the Red Sox. Or the Red Sox. I can't see the Rays.
Me neither, but
you
still,
know what I mean.
You
but
never know.
When the Freddie Freeman became a non-option and then Matt Olson gets traded, and you knew that Rizzo was the answer. And Rizzo did have a down year. We also kind of forget he had COVID for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
He didn't come back. He was a different type of player after that. He was hot when he first got here, Rizzo.
He was.
I remember talking about him on the national side, BT.
I think his first series was down in Tampa.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew he had a home run pretty early.
Right.
He changed the vibe a bit.
We were screaming to Rizzo all of a sudden.
That's right.
And then
Got
it just kind of fell off. So you hope that he rebounds.
Yeah.
He feels the pressure. He knows the what people are saying about him. I mean, I'm not saying I love it, but I'm saying I'm okay with it.
Now batting for the New York Contingencies. The Yanks are turning into the Mets with Wilpon. That's what it feels like.
That's harsh, bro.
Well,
that's harsh.
It might be harsh, but sometimes the truth, at least before the season starts, comes across as harsh. I mean, they're shopping in the bargain basement rack here. You know what's crazy about this, too? We have spent so much time on all the things I just ran through, all the contingencies, right? Mm-hmm. We haven't even really touched their starting staff, which isn't even that great.
Yeah, you're right.
So, and by the way, yeah, you thought it would be Rizzo. I thought it would be Rizzo. I just didn't want it to be Rizzo. I never thought it was going to be Rizzo. And can somebody explain to me, like, all right, so you didn't want to trade for Matt Olson. How does Toronto get Matt Chapman? And the Yankees aren't even on that. Matt Chapman's a good player. Like Hoff. Let me ask you a question, Hoff. Because I know you're taking great pleasure in this. I know you are.
The resident Mets fan.
The resident Met guy. You love watching the Yankee fans squirm right now.
You deserve it.
I deserve it.
Wow.
After all these years, after all of our suffering, you deserve a little payback.
But why do I deserve it? I've been a pretty balanced, pretty fair Yankee fan. Yet, are you ready to work? I mean, geez. You finally slapped your head. You're not even plugged in yet. What the hell were you doing before the show?
I was talking to you guys.
Oh, that's right. Spike was talking our ear off.
That's right.
We are inside of the Town Fair Tire studio, and friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest prices on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Kyrie went bonkers. I mean, Kyrie was great. I mean, and the Nets certainly have a look about them right now. I'll do that a little later. Another big day. Joe Douglas, Teak. Joe Douglas is crushing it.
He is.
Crush job.
He's got a solid A right now. He does. If the draft goes well, this is an A+ offseason for the Jets.
We'll do a little Tyrod Taylor as well. And I've got a question here. Might need a little intervention. You guys see the Housewives last night? Teak, what is going on with this? What is the story with Louis? What is the deal?
We'll talk about it later.
But seriously, what is the deal?
Louis cool.
I'm not saying Louis not cool.
We just got to get to learn him.
You guys keep quartering poor Louis.
We just got to get to know him a little bit.
Louis going to start swinging on somebody pretty soon.
I mean, he's pretty jacked.
Listen, Louis is. You guys are starting to box Louis into a corner where Louis is going to start showing some teeth pretty soon. I mean, every day it's about Louis. He was at, what was that thing he was at? Like, I don't know, some cathartic experience, like with the guys. And I don't even really know what. I got to ask my wife for this. But what was the cliff notes on what Louis was doing?
He was just finding himself. Put it that way.
And he has not found himself to your, not you, but the guys, the posses.
The guys just wanted the
satisfaction.
Guys needed some answers. That's all it was.
Have they gotten the proper answer, or are they going to keep chasing poor Louis down?
We got some answers.
You guys are ruthless. Last week you chased poor Billy out of the restaurant. It was Billy, right?
Yeah, it was.
You basically told Billy to scam.
It was the same
or
night.
Scram.
It was the same night.
Oh, it was the same night?
Yeah, it was.
All right, I got you.
They just put in 2 episodes.
877-337-6666. I had a tweet. Hoff, can you read? I think it was my last tweet. I'm certainly not patting myself on the back, but I think that there's no need to, but I think that this is a pretty perfect encapsulation of what is bothering all Yankee fans. Go to my Twitter account. Was it the last? I think it was about the Yankees mindset. Hoff, have you located it yet? Hoff, are you listening to the show? Hoff, is your mic on? Oh, good
my
God.
mic wasn't on either.
Go ahead.
What a disaster this is.
It's been a nice rough start. Hold on,
go.
let's get there. And I got my little stylus on my phone right now. It's not very good.
Is your
All
phone
right.
still busted?
Oh yeah.
What did I tweet about the Yanks?
All right, here we go. Sure, the Yankees want to win, but the Yankees used to be obsessed with winning. Huge difference.
That's the difference. Sure. Listen, I think it's so unfair, and Cashman's getting knocked around a lot, and I said yesterday, and I stand by it, if the Yankees have a middling season based on what they've done thus far, then Brian Cashman needs to go. And it's not personal. I'm not going to run away from that statement, but I don't think anybody should have a 2-3 decade license on a job in any city,
without a
in any
championship.
industry without the requisite results.
Yeah, unless you're getting championships. And I'm just, you just start and look at the finance. I think they're obsessed, BT, with getting their finances in order. And because Giancarlo Stanton's deal, I mean, until there is the opt out or actually a team option, it's not until 2028.
Oh, yeah, we got him for a while.
So
unless
it's
you
a
can
long
coerce
time.
somebody
So until you get that under control, or at least him a smaller percentage of the overall spend, the Yankees are going to keep doing things the way that they've been doing them for the last couple of years. And this is why I've been so unsure about Aaron Judge. And I'm not saying anything other than I love Aaron Judge, but I'm not positive that they're going to get something done. And when it's not done, somebody's going to come and lay a pound of, a massive amount of money on his doorstep that he's not going to be able to say no to, right? And whether that's the Rangers or whether that's the Mets or whoever that is, the Yankees are being prudent.
Judge is staying here. I'm not going to even waste any energy on that. I'm not saying that you can't buy. I'm all ears, but Judge is staying put.
But it's not even.
Judge is a Yankee.
It's not even about Judge. It's about the Yankees' lack of a desire to overspend.
What's their budget right now? 252.
252. No, they're 235. I think
235,
something like that.
All right, 235, and you're probably going to trade Void, shave a few $1 million. All right, so 235-ish. Maybe make one more cosmetic move. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to construct
27,
a
actually.
227?
27.
How much money do you need to construct a championship team? I mean, last year, their budget was... I'm not saying the Yankees don't spend.
Yes.
What I'm saying is they don't spend wisely. Last year, you got to get Rizzo. You got to get Gallo. You got to get Odor. How much money does Cashman need to construct a team that's good?
Well, I mean,
anybody can do that.
A lot of the last couple of years, BT, have been affected by injury and also COVID. And so it got really hard for them to field a competitive team. You remember this. You saw this. There was just these stretches where it was just, this guy's injured now. This guy's got an injury. They lost this game, a series that they shouldn't have lost. It just kept compounding itself.
You're excuses.
They are excuses.
No. But they're facts. They're not excuses necessarily.
True. They're the facts of what was wrong with the Yankees over the last couple of years. And because of that, I don't know. It's like they're gun shy. Like they're afraid to pull the trigger on some of these bigger deals because they don't know if they're just going to compound the problem or make it better. Right? Sometimes throwing good money after bad money doesn't help.
Well, Gidzik, you're right. Look at the Jets. But I
feel like that's what Yankees fans want the Yankees to do. It's just to keep throwing money at it.
Is Olsen bad money? Olsen's 27. He's got 8 years, $168 million for the Braves.
And again,
stop telling me about prospects on Twitter. I'm tired of the prospect. And I'm not talking about Volpe. Volpe's one of us. We're going to protect that young man, make sure he gets to the Bronx. Everybody else, to get Olsen, take him. What do I care?
But BT, I think a lot of fans are excited about the prospects. They're genuinely excited to see a prospect. It's less about, we're going to win right now. I mean, do they want a championship? Of course. Every team wants a championship. But you also want to know that your process is healthy. And the Yankees are going through this phase where they're building up their farm system and they're just waiting for these kids to come of age. And once it happens, basically they'll show us, right? You'll see. Just wait till they get here. Now they've moved off from some of those guys, obviously because of last deadline deals. but there's still a whole bunch of them that are exciting to Yankees fans.
Who's exciting on the Yankees? Like, right? Let me actually flip this to
on
you.
their current roster.
Let me ask you this. As an athlete, and I know my answer, but I want you to answer this first. How would you classify, or what type of athlete would you classify as exciting?
Yeah.
Give me characteristics, not a player's name, actual characteristics.
So physically
Yeah.
imposing.
Okay.
So, I mean, for baseball players, it's all like for football players, it's like, God, look at that dude's legs.
Breakaway speed.
Yeah, look at his bicep. Like for baseball players, I want to see the dude that has trunks for arms.
Okay, like raw power.
Yeah, just
translating
raw
the
power.
bombs.
You just see
Gotcha.
it, right? Their forearms are massive.
Physically imposing. Got it.
Physically imposing.
All right.
That has a killer mentality. So you're at the plate. You're dialed in all the time, and
Got
it's
it.
like I'm smashing this thing as hard as I can.
Little flare, a little bit. Okay,
That's
gotcha.
right. And so, and then also a confidence, like not really a cockiness, but just a confidence. Like I know what you're trying to do to me, guy on mound or whatever. It could be the other way around. I know what you're trying to do to me, but I'm supremely confident I'm winning.
Gotcha.
And sometimes you can see that.
We're on the same page.
So absolutely on the same
But I
play.
ask you that for a reason, and I think you left out one very important word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Go ahead.
Ascending. Name one Yankee on opening day who was an ascending player.
Judge is still ascending, would you say?
I don't know if he's still ascending. I think that he is absolutely in the middle of his prime. I love Aaron Judge. He's a great player. He's a great rep for the city, great rep for the brand. I love Judge. Ascending, I would disagree. Rizzo's not ascending. Third base, Donaldson, clearly not ascending. I don't even know who's catching.
Yeah.
Nobody in the outfield is ascending. Garrett Cole's not ascending. Montgomery might be. Hopefully, Sevy. But, I mean, that is an important word. Where are the ascending players?
Yeah,
That's exciting to me.
I'm looking at the roster right now.
R.J. Barrett, ascending. He's ascending. Randall, not ascending. No longer interesting. Like, that's the point.
Yeah.
And by the way, Teak, I said 252, and you corrected me. It's actually 258 million. Sweeney had a tweet out, right? Was this Sween from Fangraphs? $258 million. Now, I know that we could all get on the air, and I've done this before, and I know Craig will mess around with this, even though I'm not even sure if he's messing around. Like, I could be the GM, I could do the. Okay, we say that kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I say this in all sincerity. Give me $258 million, and I promise that I could have constructed the same exact roster, if not better, for the Yankees, which gets us to the absolute root of the issue with the Yankees. All right? You want to know what it is?
What's that?
Aside from the fact that they might be the fourth best team in the American League East this year, and right now third for sure, the Yankees, and on some level I can respect this, but it worries me. The Yankees are trying to change the perception of how they do business. They're trying to change how they're perceived. And it seems like Cashman is trying to play the game that the Rays play, all right? The problem is the Rays are playing chess, and he's playing hungry hippo.
Well, I mean,
when it comes to this stuff.
I don't think
he has not proven
I don't think he's
to be a talent evaluator, and he has gotten worse as a GM. And I don't care what anybody says, that is factual.
Yeah, the Rays are currently, $75 million?
And almost twice as good as the Yankees.
Corey Kluber's on this squad right now, so I don't know if he's ascending. I'm trying to look at the guys who are ascending.
For the Rays?
For the Rays. So
just look at their roster.
I am. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, run through the lineup.
Glass now, right?
Okay.
Because he's still young.
He's young.
He's 28 years old. I guess Austin Meadows. Yeah. I mean, he's 27.
Yep.
He's their DH. Maybe the problem is I don't know a ton of these names on this roster because they're younger.
But there's nobody that they're trotting out. I mean, I shouldn't say nobody. There's very few players that the Rays are trotting out right now where you say, all right, that guy's cooked, or he clearly is at the apex of his career. And with the Yankees, it's almost the opposite.
Yeah.
Stanton's going to get better. And I'm not saying Stanton's not clutch. Stanton's going to get better.
I think they're just
Hicks is going to get better.
I think they're playing two different games.
Well, that's the point. But now it's like the Yankees are trying to kind of mess around and play the Rays game. It's like they want to spend money, but they want to hold on to prospects. Like they don't really have an identity right now. The Dodgers' identity is simple. we're spending money and we're kicking the crap out of you.
Yeah.
The Padres, they have an identity. We're spending money and we're going for it. We know the Rays' identity. The Rangers' identity right now. We are trying to remake our team by bringing in big-time talent and we're spending money. What's the Yankees' identity? To make money? What is the Yankees' identity?
Well, they're going to make money.
I understand that.
That happens without even trying.
But
really.
is that usurping their desire to win, which is the essence of my tweet from last night? I'm not trying to disrespect them. I know the Yankees want to win. Are they possessed to win? And the answer is no.
Yeah,
And they used to be.
I think they are. They're just doing it in a smarter way, a more financially savvy way. At least that's what they're trying to get to. And they've been this way for 3 years. They're going to stay this way until they have some freedom with their spin. And they won't have freedom with their spin until Giancarlo Stanton's off this roster.
Who acquired him? Cashman.
Exactly. I mean, that is what it is. I mean, it felt like a good deal at the time. At the time, you can't look back on that and say, yeah, Giancarlo Stanton, we don't want him. Nobody said that. Everybody thought it was a good deal at the time. He was hurt a lot. Now he's healthy. He had actually a great season last year.
He is a clutch October performer. He gets there. He hits bombs. I'm not going to take that away from him.
It's just that it's a long time.
It is.
It's a long time.
Yeah. Hoff, what were you saying before in my ear?
I was just trying to go off on how the Rays do have a lot of ascending guys. Like Wander Franco, they just signed to a huge
he's
deal.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's born 2001. I mean, geez.
No, trust me. The Rays, that's my point. I mean, the Rays
2001.
trot
Jeez.
out,
Exactly.
7 guys out of the 9 every night who are mid-20s-ish and ascending.
Yeah.
So that's
Torres is the guy that you got to hope can ascend to where he was years ago.
yeah, exactly. Instead, he's regressed the last couple of years. So that's the long and short of it. If you ask me right now, we'll get a break. We'll come back, get some calls. We'll get to Tyrod Taylor. I mean, is he coming here to battle for the job? Is he coming here to, if and when Jones gets hurt? I mean, do you like it? Another big day for Joe Douglas. But if you ask me right now, are the Yankees a playoff team? Like right now, today, my answer is no.